excitement, and you can't wait. Just stay tuned and participate on Card Sharks. And here's the host of Card Sharks, Jim Perry.
How are you? Welcome to Card Sharks. Nice to have you here. Thank you. You're very kind. We appreciate it. Thank you for joining us on Card Sharks. And our thanks to Zoa Meyer of Independence, Missouri for that opening poem. Thank you, Zoa. And now let's get to the cards. And Janice and Marky, if you will, start loading in the cards. We are at sudden death with these Card Sharks. Peggy Dubois, our champion. Hi, Peggy.
Hi.
Won't you again remind us about yourself?
My name is Peggy Dubois. I'm a native Californian. I'm a student right now in my senior year studying foods and nutrition. I have a wonderful son, 19 months old, Jason.
Oh, sounds like you're busy with school and the baby.
Yes, yes.
And you've won $600 in cash with us here, Peggy. That's not too bad. Good to see you again. Thomas Tandy, the challenger. Hi, Thomas.
Fine, fine. My name is Thomas Tandy. I'm from San Francisco, California. I'm in life insurance business. Married, got 3 sons and 1 grandson.
I wasn't going to ask you that, Tom. No, yes, I was. Yes.
She's watching. I got to tell it.
Yeah, you got to be proud of the grandchildren, right?
I guess I have to. I know I have 1, but I've got 3 sons, so I know I've got 1 at home. Now, if there's any more out there, I have to say, well, maybe.
Good. Okay. It's nice to have both of you here. And as I said, we're at sudden death, so it's a tense moment right now. And of course, the cards have been shuffled. The players cut them. Peggy, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red cards. She needs 2 cards. Thomas, the challenger, the lower cards, the blue deck, and he needs 2. And someone's going to win the first game of the best 2 out of 3 match with this one play of the cards. Thomas, as we left off, the question goes to you. We asked 100 bachelors while driving, have you ever stared at a pretty girl so long and so hard that you got into an accident? How many bachelors admitted they have?
Well, most bachelors, and even married men. Now, we're going to stare, but the idea resulting from an accident could be very low. So I would figure about, say, 28.
28 have gotten into an accident staring at a pretty girl, Peggy.
I think it's lower than that. I don't think men have done that. I think it's lower, definitely.
Well, if it is lower, you'll get to the cards. If not, it'll be Thomas. And the actual number of bachelors who've stared at a girl so long that they got into an accident is 17. You're right, Peggy. It's lower. Peggy, that gives you control. With that 6, you need 2 cards. Thomas with a 9 needs 2, but you've got the decision. Do you want to play it or pass it?
I'll pass.
You'll pass it. Thomas, you cannot change the 9. You didn't win the question. Get them both. You win the game. One mistake, Peggy wins it.
Lower than the 9.
Lower than a 9. Oh, no, it's not lower, and Peggy wins it right away. Game 1 in sudden death. Well, that didn't take too long at all. Well, we'll set up for game 2. As Peggy has 1 game and $100. And, of course, Thomas, you can make a comeback. It is the best 2 out of 3. Remember what cards have been played. It often helps, because here comes the next cards off the top of your decks. Peggy, question to you. We found 100 women who have 10 or more children and asked them, 10 or more children, are you on the birth control pill? How many women said they are?
I think by the time they've had 10 children, they've probably gone through the change, so I think it's kind of low. I think I'll say 25.
They've got through that, I see. So 25. Thomas, higher or lower?
Now, wait a minute. They're on the birth control pill now.
We asked 100 women. They have 10 or more children, and we asked them very simply, are you on the birth control pill? She said 25.
I think lower than that.
Lower than that?
Yeah.
The actual number of women with 10 or more children who were on the birth control pill is 4. Very much lower. Thomas. Yes. Thomas, your base card is a king.
Lower.
Lower than a king. A 7.
Freeze it.
You'll freeze it. Didn't like that.
Put the ice on it. Put the ice.
Put the ice on it. We move over the freeze bar and can't take those cards away from you. Thomas, the question to you. We asked 100 people, have you ever made a New Year's resolution that you really kept? How many people said they have?
Oh, I make one every year, and I keep it till about February. So I think that with the intent, I think really would be maybe 23.
23
that
have
really kept it.
Kept a New Year's resolution.
When people make that commitment, I think they're going to be, it's going to last longer. I think more people would keep that commitment. I say higher.
You say higher than that?
Yes, higher than 23.
I never have any troubles. I give up Rolls Royces and transatlantic flights. You say higher. The actual number of people who have truly kept their New Year's resolution is 18, not higher. Thomas. Yeah, I think you make a lot of...
These are cards, you can change that 7. Dice, good.
You
but
won the
keep it at that
question.
7.
You can change it to a 9.
Well,
Gotta play
lower
that
than
one.
the 9.
Lower than a 9. Yes, a 5.
Higher than the 5.
Higher than a 5. Oh, no, a 4. And you lose both cards back to the base card and give Peggy a free chance to play a 3.
Higher, please.
Higher than a 3. It is a 5.
Good card. I'll go higher.
Higher than a 5. Yes, with a 9.
I'll freeze.
And now Peggy is at 1 card advantage as Janice fills in the spaces. Peggy, we asked 100 married women. Have you ever gotten so mad at your husband that you took off your wedding ring and threw it at him? How many women said they have?
I think a lot of women...
All of them, someone in the audience said.
I think a lot of women have done that, but I don't think they'd admit that they've done that. So I'll say 20.
20. Taken off the wedding ring and thrown it at their husband, Thomas.
I don't think they would take it off and throw it at anywhere. They would probably keep it. Most of them can't even get the darn thing off. So I would have to say lower.
Lower. The actual number of married women who have thrown their wedding ring at their husband is 39. Not lower, Peggy.
I'd like to change that 9, please.
I guess if you get mad enough, you're going to work it off. Yes. Peggy, changing your 9 to a 5.
Okay. Higher, please.
Higher than a 5. It is an ace.
Card, lower.
This is lower. Peggy plays the money cards for the win. No! Another ace. A big break for Thomas with a 9.
Lower than 9.
Lower than a 9. Yes, an 8.
Freeze it.
And Thomas, when you saw that first ace, did you think you were going home?
I knew I was going home. That's a long way, too.
Once again, we are at sudden death. Thomas, we asked 100 people, do you believe that man is descended from the apes? How many people do believe man is descended from the apes?
Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot of people right now that I think they haven't got too far to go back. But, oh, I'd say 40.
40. People believe that man is descended from the apes, Peggy.
I'm going to go a little bit higher than that. There are religious ideas in this, but I'm going to go a little bit higher.
Higher. The actual number of people who do believe man is descended from the apes is 57. You're right, Peggy. It's higher. Peggy, you're looking at a 5, needing 2 cards. Thomas with an 8 needs 2. And again, your decision to play it or pass it.
I'll pass it.
Thomas, you couldn't do it before. You have to do
lower
it this
than the
time.
8.
You say lower. Lower than an 8. Oh, no, it's not. It is the same, and Peggy wins it in sudden death. Oh, Peggy, you sure get those sudden death questions. Thomas, thank you. You're a nice gentleman. Thank you for joining us. Here's some nice party gifts. Thomas Tandy. Thank you, Thomas. Peggy, come on down here with me. Well, with another $200 in the game, we go for the big dollars right after this commercial break, so don't go away. Congratulations. Back with our champion, Peggy Dubois, who's won $200 for winning the match. And now for the big dollars. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's open the board and get to the money cards. Come on, Peg. Hop on up. This is the nice part now, right?
Much more relaxed here.
The money cards are all shuffled and cut, and we'll give you $200, and these 3 cards on the bottom level, your decision how you bet them. $200 again as we move up to the second level and 3 more cards. Remember, the minimum bet is $50 till you get to the top card, the big bet, and there you must risk at least half the money. Okay. Good luck, Peggy. There's a lot of money there. Here's $200. And, of course, you have the right to change your base card on each of the 3 levels if you need to. Okay. And you're starting off with a 9.
Okay, I'd like to change that card, please.
Gotta play this one. I hope it's a good change. Oh, yes, a king. Great card.
Okay, I'll bet $150 lower.
$150 lower than a king. Yes,
all
with
right.
a 4. $350.
Okay, I'll bet $250. The next card's higher.
$250 higher than a 4. Yes, with an 8.
Right.
$600, but now you're up the middle.
I'll bet $100 lower.
$100 lower than an 8. No, it's another king,
card,
but
a
good card
yeah.
going up here with $200 more of betting money. You've got $700 and a king, Peggy.
I'll bet $500 lower.
$500 lower than a king. Yes, with a 6.
Okay, I'll bet I'll buy a card. $200 higher.
$200 higher than a 6. Very
all
much higher. $1,400 and an 8.
All right. Oh boy, I'll bet $1,400 lower.
All of it. $1,400 lower than the ace. Yes! With a 6 for $2,800. Up goes the 6. Do you want that card?
Change it, please.
Big change with $2,800. The 6 becomes a 5. Not a bad card. Remember, you must bet at least $1,400 now, Peggy. You can bet more. You've got $2,800 and a 5.
$1,400 higher.
Gonna bet the half. $1,400 she's risking that this is higher than a 5. And it is! $4,200. Way to go, Peg. That's nice. Congratulations. That's a good win. And with the money in the game, you're up to an even $5,000 in cash.
Oh, goody.
New challenger coming out in a moment right after this, so don't go away. That's good. Peggy, good job with those money cards. Think you're going to win that much money?
No.
No?
Not after yesterday.
Hey, you're a good player. You're
Thanks.
playing very well. Okay, Peggy, Janice is dealing out 2 brand new decks of cards as we meet a new challenger on Card Sharks. Barney Brody. Hello, Barney. Nice to have you here. Won't you tell us a little bit about yourself, sir?
Yes, name is Barney Brody. I'm 68 years young. I'm a retired building inspector and a teacher. Retired from both professions. I have 3 children and 1 grandchild. My hobbies are dancing mainly. My wife and I are 35 years married, do exhibition dancing. We go out to the veterans hospitals and do it for the veterans, for convalescent hospitals.
Good.
And for all places. We assist in charity drives like multiple sclerosis and Jerry Lewis Foundation and things like that. We've
Good.
participated all over in helping raise money for worthy causes.
And this is your life, Barney Brody. Thank you, Barney. You cut the cards?
I did.
Then we're all set to go. Barney, you'll play the lower cards, the blue deck. Peggy, the champion, plays the upper cards, the red deck. Best 2 out of 3 starts with a question to you, Peggy. We asked 100 bachelors, have you ever left dirty dishes in the sink so long they became moldy? How many bachelors admitted they have?
When bachelors, they're living by themselves usually, and they aren't eating at home that much. So I'm going to say it's a relatively low number. I'll say 19.
Oh, you figure if they ate home more often, they'd be higher, huh? 19, Barney.
No, I don't think she's right. I have 2 sons, and they're both bachelors, and I've visited their apartments, and it's way over their head. I say it's gotta be higher.
Even higher. The actual number of bachelors who've left dishes in the sink so long they became moldy is 32! That's incredible. Barney, you're starting with a 6.
I'll change that card.
Changing the 6 to a 4.
All
Better cry.
right, higher.
Higher than a 4. Yes, a jack.
Lower.
Lower than a jack. It is a 10.
Freeze it now. I'll freeze.
And Barney has got 2 cards to go for the first game. Barney, we polled 100 prison inmates. These men are serving time in Folsom State Prison. And we asked them, if you saw a good chance to escape, would you take it? How many inmates said they would try to escape?
Well, I've known a few prisoners who got out on good time, but I've been told that they always think of escape. So I'd say about 58.
58 would try to escape if they had the chance.
If they had the chance, they're going to go for it. I'm going to say it's definitely higher.
Higher than that?
Yes.
Well, the actual number of inmates who would try to escape is 34, not higher. Barney. I think what you forgot there is that if they're caught, they get more time added on. That is something they have to think about. Barney, you got a 10.
I'm going to pass it.
No, we're still playing. You can
Because
play the
still
10 or
playing.
change it. Yes, it's
Okay,
not
I
sudden
wanna
death.
change it.
You want to play it? Okay. Want to change the 10 to a 2.
Oh,
Great change. Higher than a 2. Yes, another 10. Freeze it. Yes. Freeze it, pass it, whatever you want to do, Barney. Question to you, Peggy. We asked 100 United States congressmen in Washington, D.C. Do you think the national government should put an end to the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit? How many congressmen in Washington said yes, they should?
I think congressmen will take into consideration how many lives have been saved by the 55-mile speed limit. So I'll say, repeat the question.
Yes, indeed. We asked 100 United States congressmen, do you think that the government should put an end to the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit? How many said yes?
12.
12 said they should end the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit.
I don't believe that. Congressmen are usually for the people that they represent. And most of the people in the United States would like to have a higher than 55 limit. They want to go back to 70. So I say it's higher.
Higher. The actual number of congressmen who think the national government should put an end to the 55-mile-an-hour speed limit is 58. You're right, Barney. It is higher. And it is more than half, which is also interesting. Barney with a 10.
Change it.
See, now he knows what he wants to do with it. He wants to change it to a 6.
Well, higher.
If this is higher, Barney, you've got the first game of the match. And he does. Game 1 to Barney. And $100. We'll set up for game 2. That'll be coming along right after this. Way to go, Barney. And here come the cards. Same 2 decks of cards as we get ready for game 2. Barney, question goes to you as we left off. Barney, we asked 100 single women. If you met the man of your dreams, but he told you he had once been a woman, would you marry him anyway? How many said they would marry him anyway?
Well, I'll tell you, I happen to have known something like that. I knew
Somehow I knew you would, Barney.
And he got married right after that. And I think about
Are they
30
happy?
of them.
You say 30. Are they happy?
As far as I know, yes.
Okay. So he says that 30 would marry him anyway, even though
It's
he used to be
definitely
a
lower
woman.
than that. Definitely lower.
Lower. No reason, just lower,
Just
huh?
lower.
The actual number of single women who would marry a man who had once been a woman is 12. You're right, it's lower, Peggy. Yeah, but 12. Peggy, you're starting with a 10.
Okay, can I change that, please?
You can indeed. Changing it to a 6.
Okay, I'll say higher than the 6.
Higher than a 6. No, it's a 5. Not higher, and Barney gets a free chance to play a 2.
Higher.
Higher than the 2. Yes, a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. It is a 7.
I'm freezing.
Freeze it. Janice will fill in the space, and Peggy, you better go some if you want to catch this fine challenger. Peggy, we found 100 women on a diet, and we asked them, have you ever eaten a quart of ice cream at one sitting all by yourself? How many women dieters admitted they have?
I think a lot of women have done that, but very few would admit to it. So I'll say 12.
Merle admitted to it on our staff. 12. What do you say, Barney?
Well, I diet a lot myself, and I eat a quart every once in a while. I'll say it's higher.
The actual number of women dieters who've eaten a quart of ice cream all by themselves is, you're right, 25, Barney. It is higher, yes.
Change that card.
Getting rid of the 7. He's got a 3.
Oh, higher.
Higher than a 3, a 9.
Freeze it.
Again, Barney takes that 1 card advantage. He needs just 1 to become the new champion. Barney, we asked 100 married women. When you first started dating your husband, did you ever slap him for getting fresh? How many women said they did slap him?
Well, I can remember a few incidents when I was a boy, so I'm not...
Did the lady who became your wife slap you?
Yes, she did once or twice. I think about 23.
23. Married women slapped what became their husband for getting fresh.
I think it's lower. That's seen in the movies, not in real life.
So you say lower. The actual number of married women who slapped their husband for getting fresh is 9. You're right, Peggy. It is lower.
Right.
Peggy,
Okay,
you got a
change
6.
that card, please.
Changing the 6 to a 3.
Okay, higher.
Higher than a 3. Yes, a 4.
Higher.
Higher than a 4. A 9.
Freeze.
Peggy needs 2 cards. Barney needs 1 card. And sudden death coming up. But first, this commercial message. Well, we've run out of time, so Barney and Peggy will have to invite you back next time. Heck of a time to stop with sudden death staring you in the face. So Next time we meet right away, someone's going to win and get a crack at the money cards. We'll find out who it's going to be. One of these two nice people. So join us, won't you, the next time we play Card Sharks. Bye-bye for now. Have yourself a very good day.
A representative of the studio audience will receive this prize. You and 60 guests will be treated to a special screening of the animated motion picture Lord of the Rings, a magical presentation of Tolkien's classic furnished by Fantasy Films. And some of our contestants will receive Rough It, the dynamic sculpture coat. It's pre-mixed and pre-colored. Now you can create deep dramatic textures like a professional with Rough It by Z-Brick. And La Machine, the complete food preparation system from France. It's like having a chef at your side. La Machine by Molinex. And Polyglide Coat rust-proofing shield gets into seams, cracks, and crevices of your car where rusting begins. Rust-proofing protection available at new car dealers everywhere. And a gift set from new improved Breck shampoo. Now you can see, feel, and smell what new improved Breck shampoo does for your hair. This is Gene Wood speaking for Card Sharks. A Mark Goodson-Bill Todman production.